January 23, 1989, 5 p.m., Ted Bundy was 42 years old. He'd been on death row for 9 years. 9 years of appeals, legal battles, confessions, and lies. But today, the Supreme Court had just turned down his last request. There were no more moves left, no more delays. Tomorrow, he was going to die. Bundy knew it, and now, sitting in his cell at Florida State Prison in Starke, he finally had to face it. That afternoon, he did something he rarely did. He called his mother. She was devastated. They talked about the past, about his childhood, about the life that had led to this moment. He called her again later that night. 2 calls, like he was saying goodbye in installments, breaking the news bit by bit because one conversation couldn't hold it all. But the real performance happened at around 5 p.m. on January 23rd. That's when Bundy sat down with James Dobson, a fundamentalist Christian psychologist who ran an anti-pornography campaign. This was Bundy's final interview, his last chance to tell his story his way, his last con. And he was smooth about it. He blamed pornography for his murders.
Again, I'm talking from personal experience. Hard, real personal experience. The most damaging kinds of pornography are those that involve violence and sexual violence.
He said the addiction had taken over, that it fueled his rage, his urges. He painted himself like a victim of smut and media corruption. This is what Dobson wanted to hear. This is what fit Dobson's agenda.
Now walk me through that. What was going on in your mind?
Bundy knew exactly what he was doing. Ann Rule, who'd been friends with Bundy years before, later said it was all manipulation.
The sociopath will be whatever you want them to be. They can read us, and then they'll put on a mask for the occasion. Whatever they need to do to get whatever they want from us, they will be. So he was many men, and behind that facade, there was a monster that no one could have spotted.
He wanted to leave us all talking about him. He wanted to blame someone else for his crimes, she said. Even in his final hours, Bundy was working an angle. He wasn't taking responsibility. He was performing. Around 6 p.m., they offered him a last meal, the standard offer. Bundy declined. He didn't want to eat. Prison staff noticed. His appetite was gone. The reality was hitting him now. There was no food to sit untouched, just an empty cell and a man running out of time. Outside the prison, something strange was happening. Around 500 people had gathered. Some were there to protest capital punishment.
It's hard to defend such a person. Even the people that don't believe in capital punishment, they can't live with this guy. It's time for him to go.
Most had come to watch Ted Bundy die. They were celebrating. People had set up tailgates outside the gates. They were drinking beer, holding signs that said, "Watch Ted fry, see Ted die." They chanted things like "Burn Bundy burn" and "Die Bundy die."
Bye, bye, Ted Bundy, goodbye.
It had the vibe of a festival, a carnival. But it was a death watch. Nobody seemed bothered by that contradiction. Inside the prison, word was spreading. The guards knew what time it was, the chaplain knew, the warden knew. Everybody was moving toward 7 a.m., like it was the only thing that mattered now. Bundy spent his final night awake. Witnesses said he wept, he prayed, he paced. He was losing the mask now. The charming guy, the guy who could sweet-talk juries and judges, that guy was gone. What was left was 42 years old and terrified. Around 6 a.m., on January 24th, they came to get him. The guards walked him down the corridor. No drama, no resistance, just a man walking to his death. They took him to the execution chamber. The room was painted a pale green. There was the electric chair. They called it Old Sparky. It looked exactly like what it was, a machine designed to kill people. They strapped him in, wrists, ankles, chest. A guard shaved his head. That was part of the protocol. Better electrical contact. A wet sponge was placed on his head. An electrode cap on top of that. Another electrode was strapped to his right leg. 42 people watched, journalists, prison officials, victims' family members. Bundy's lawyer was there, a spiritual advisor. His mother was not. He and his mother had agreed she shouldn't have to watch her son die. The warden leaned down. "Do you have any final words?" Bundy looked at his lawyer. His voice was steady when he spoke. "Jim, I'd like you to give my love to my family and friends. That's it." That's what he said. No apology, no remorse, just goodbye. At 7:06 a.m., the executioner pulled the switch. 2,000 volts went through Ted Bundy's body. His muscles contracted, his body tensed. Witnesses later said they saw smoke rising from his leg where the electrode was attached. It was brutal and clinical at the same time. 10 minutes later, at 7:16 a.m., a doctor leaned in and pronounced him dead. Outside, when the word came, the crowd erupted. Cheers, celebration, fireworks. People were jumping up and down. For them, this was justice. This was the end of a nightmare. The boogeyman was finally gone. But inside the prison, it was quiet. Bundy was dead. The machine had done its job. Guards began removing the body. The room smelled like burnt flesh and electricity. It was over. Later, they did an autopsy. Doctors were looking for something. Brain damage, abnormalities, anything that might explain why Ted Bundy had spent 15 years hunting, stalking, and killing young women across America. Between 1974 and 1978, he murdered at least 36 people, maybe more. Nobody really knows the total, but the autopsy found nothing. His brain was normal, no tumors, no injuries, no physical explanation for the evil that lived inside him. So that was it. Ted Bundy's final 24 hours, from the Dobson interview to the electric chair, from manipulation to death, from the moment he lost his last legal battle to the moment the state took his life. His body was cremated, his ashes scattered in Washington's Cascade Range. There's no grave, no monument, no place for people to visit and say, "This is where Ted Bundy lies." Just a man who killed dozens of people, spent a decade on death row, and then was executed in front of hundreds of celebrating strangers. The crowd went home, the prison closed, the execution chamber went quiet, and Ted Bundy became history. Let me know what you think in the comments, and subscribe for more stories about the final moments of America's most infamous criminals.